Sometimes in life, it never hurts to pause and reflect on where you're coming from. Just to look back where it all began. You look back at some struggles, you look back at some victory, and you just ask yourself, how do I keep going? How do I keep pushing forward? How do I keep doing what I do? And as you reflect on where you're coming from, sometimes that's the only reason you have to keep going, knowing that, you know what, back in the past I was doing well, God was providing. And so reflection for me is basically something that I always like to do. Now, the good thing is, this spot right here is where my missionary pilot journey actually started. I gained a lot of experience, I built some hours, I helped a lot of people, and then an opportunity came up for me to pioneer something. I'm gonna start with nothing, but the experience I've had was enough to make me challenge myself to go out and take this adventure on by the horns. And so I was sitting on a rock, praying, contemplating, asking God to lead me and my family to the right location so that we can pioneer something. We got the okay from the Lord. We're going to venture out. We have nothing. We don't know where this journey is going to end up, but we got out there. And as we talk with different people, we're praying, we're making videos. 9 months later, God provided an amazing airplane. It's going to be a challenge to raise the money, but you know me, reflecting, moving forward. God provided the 3.5 million pesos, or $69,000 was provided. We bought the airplane. We started out with missions on the 5th of July last year. We're flying missions, we're helping people. And I would say I reached the summit of life. Like, I'm on the hilltop, everything is going good, God is amazing, people are donating, I bought an airplane, and it was just good. And this year was no different. January came, I'm helping, I'm doing missions. But then tragedy struck in February, and the airplane discovered corrosion. Half of the tail was pulled apart. Now it's possible that this airplane is nothing worth more than just to be salvaged for parts. I had no idea. How am I going to restore this? How do I keep going? Honestly, I was so discouraged that I said, you know what? I'm done. I've given this thing 5 years. I had a good run. I helped a lot of people. I grow in experience. But no, I don't want to do it anymore. And it was right at that moment when I gave up that God reminded me of where I'm coming from, reminded me of some struggles. And I had enough faith left in the tank to just give one last push. And then immediately put someone in the way that was going to come from Alaska, and he's going to help me for free, not charging me. He bought his own ticket, he sent his own food, and then little by little, hope was restored. The airplane can be repaired. It can go back into service. So I realized that I lost something so precious to me, but it was not the airplane. It was my faith. My faith was challenged, and I almost lost it completely. But God restored my faith as He's restoring the airplane. You guys have been partnering with me on this journey. We have had our up moments, our down moments, but through it all, we can say God is always faithful and He's always coming through. I hope you're not discouraged. I hope as you're challenged, you're encouraged to keep going, because guess what? At the end of the day, something else might happen and another thing might happen. We might have some more downtime. But my faith and your faith and our partnership is something that should continue to grow more, to bring us closer and closer to each other. So thank you for partnering. Thank you for praying. Thank you for encouraging. Because little by little, together, you and I are able to deliver hope and to help save lives.